and welcome to another Funnell Forecast on Back of the Net.
And the cross by Heffernan, and was that a foul? It's a goal anyway from Funnell.
It's getting darker in this room, so I need to bring in a light that shines so bright. Mr. Sunshine himself. Tony Funnell, how are you, Tony?
Evening, Tony. Very well, yeah. Yeah, it looks dark where you are. Is it night time?
It is. It's getting dark where I am. I don't know why. I don't know. This must be a cloudy day. How have you been? Have you had a nice week?
Very good week, yes.
Excellent. That's really good to hear. And obviously, it is now Funnell Forecast time again. Have you been, massaging your brain, getting ready with those predictions?
Oh, it confuses me so much.
It's tricky to do, isn't it? This is not easy by any stretch of the imagination, completely. So this week, Bournemouth had a game and they played really quite well against title contenders, or people think that they might be title contenders, Norwich at the beginning of the season, so all the players they bought. What's that going to do for the Cherries' confidence, Tony? How are they going to be feeling now?
Oh, yeah, brilliant so far, yeah. I mean, I think I predicted it last week, didn't I? I said big goals, loads of goals in this game. It was 1-0.
You did, and
1-0 is still a good result. So, yeah, no worries there. But if someone can help me, so far I haven't seen a Bournemouth game. Obviously, the game this week will be on Sky. But is there on like a championship news round or championship highlights on Sky or anything like that?
There is. There's a channel. You have to search for it. It's called Quest. The Quest channel, and they show it. The highlights are not too late at night. They're not like the midnight hour like they used to be when you used to have to wait to the end of match of the day. So it is on there. It's on the Quest channel. So you just need to search for that. It's everyone's got the Quest channel. It's just one of those ones that you never really look for. So search through your TV guide, your TV listings, and you should find it, Tony.
I've just written that down, so I'll have a look at that.
Flashback to the days when the nights were young. Flashback when we could do no wrong.
Now, Tony, we are looking back into your past again with a Funnell flashback. And what are we looking at here?
Yeah, that's my first few months at Southampton. As soon as I joined, to be honest, I hit the ground running and I settled really quickly, and I made some good performances for the reserves and I scored a few goals, and had a really good start. I at the time I was staying in digs with Martin Chivers' mum. Do you know the name?
Martin Chivers, yeah.
Martin Chivers, ex-Southampton, Spurs, England.
Yeah.
Centre forward. Yeah, I stayed with his mum. And then if we go on to the next photo, which should be some autographs.
Oh, so Tony, these autographs here. Oh, I recognise some of those names. Tell me about this one here. What is this?
Yeah, if you look through some of the names there, obviously, just to show you, we had some really good players at Southampton at the time. Mm. Obviously, Alan Ball there, ex-England players, Alan Ball, Peter Osgood, Steve Williams. We had, you'll see Tony Seeley, Kevin Daughtry, Forbes, Phillips and Masters, and obviously Ted McDougall and Phil Boyer. All of those 5 or 6 players played at Bournemouth for the Cherries. And it was... there's a lot of youngsters there and a lot of experienced players, but we all got on really well. Another thing, at the time there, I was actually nicknamed Joe. You don't even know that, but my nickname was Joe because I used to spend a few afternoons in Joe Correll, the bookmakers. And there was a few of us that liked a little bet, and there was one occasion where Peter Osgood, he had a share in a greyhound, and it was called General Clifford. Now, one night it was running in a big race up in London at Walthamstow. So a few of us drove up to watch the race. And when we got there, we could see Ozzy there, and he was surrounded by all his mates because, everyone loved him, didn't they? And as soon as he saw us, he left his mates and came over to speak to us. And he gave us a nod on his dog and said, his dog's going to win, which was great news. And he was right, it did win. The bad news was we'd lost most of our money before that race.
Oh, mate.
And we didn't have much money to put on Ozzy's dog. But hey-ho, never mind.
Oh, Tony.
Yeah.
What can you do with that? I mean, I'm guessing you learn from these experiences. That's what makes you so good at predicting football scores, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I don't think so. But leading on to this little clip, it was I scored a hat-trick, obviously, as you can see in the clip. And it was against Reading. It's for Saints Reserves. And if you see there, Alan Ball played in the game because he'd been injured and he was coming back to try and get some fitness. And Laurie McMenemy was at the game as well, watching in the stands.
Wow.
Now, I've gone and scored a hat-trick. After the game, Laurie's come into the dressing room and he's called me over and asked if I'd come to his office in the morning. Well, all the lads, are coming up to me and saying, you're going to make your debut. You'll be in the first team on Saturday. So I'd like to tell you now what happened, but we haven't got the time. So we'll have to answer that next week.
Oh, why would you leave it there?
Sorry to leave you in suspense.
Oh, well, you have that. You've done that indeed. That is really good. I got some questions about that as well for next week. That is interesting. Good. Oh, well, we need to crack on with the show. So let's have a little look here, Tony. This is our Funnell Forecast League for our Super 6. And, Tony, you are in 52nd position. How are you feeling?
I don't care about this. All I'm concerned about, number one position, Naomi Jenkins. Who does she think she is? It's a disgrace. She's just making me look silly.
She's making you look silly.
Do you know who she is? My daughter-in-law.
Your daughter-in-law.
she's either a good guesser or she's a lot better at picking football results than I am.
It's incredible the score that she's got. It really is. It's a fair way clear there of you, Tony. It'll be interesting, won't it, around Christmas time if you can get around the table and see if you can suss out how she's doing it. Let's get on to the games. So we've got Everton against Brighton first. Now, Everton rightly been talked about some excellent players that they've got at the moment. But Brighton, they're no slouches, are they, Tony? And they gave Man United a good game in the league.
They certainly did. Last weekend, to be fair, they should have won the game.
Yeah.
But that having been said, I still think I've got to go for Everton on form for the start of the season. Obviously, one of the better teams the first few games. So I'm going to go for Everton 3, Brighton 1.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll see that many goals. The striker from Everton, Calvin Lewin, he's been called up to the Calvin Lewis called up to the England team, isn't he now? That's
right. Yeah. He's a very dangerous player, and he's certainly in form at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And then we got Nottingham Forest versus Bristol City. Bristol City, Tony, are flying high in the Championship at the moment, and Forest have not got started, unfortunately. Last season, they did start really, really well, but can they turn it around here against Bristol City?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Bristol City. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win.
2-1, Tony.
I was waiting for someone to say that.
It's always coming. And then we're on to, looks like Middlesbrough against Barnsley. Now, Bournemouth played them a little while ago. They showed quite a lot of fight against us. And they've actually already beaten Barnsley this season, but in the Cup, Tony, the EFL Cup.
Yeah, and also Middlesbrough were a strong side last year as well. I'm going to go for a Middlesbrough win 2-0.
Fantastic. And we've got Brentford against Preston North End. Brentford, I imagine, can't be certain, but I imagine they must still be hurting a little bit about missing out on promotion last season. And Fulham have not started that well, who kind of took their spot. And a lot of people saying that maybe Brentford would have made a better fist of it. What do you think, Tony? How are Brentford to you?
Yeah, one of my old clubs.
Yeah.
And they've just moved into their new ground, haven't they? Was it last week they moved in or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we were really hoping to get over there this season, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen, does it?
No. But they are playing well. So I'm going to go for Brentford but I think Preston will score. So 2-1 to Brentford.
2-1, Tony. Fantastic. Good. And then we've got... We
shouldn't call this the Funnell Forecast anymore, should we? We should call it
2-1 Tony. Yeah, I think we should. I think you're right. Then we've got Wednesday against QPR. Now, Sheffield Wednesday are rock bottom, Tony. They've conceded 6 in the league and they haven't scored anything yet.
I know, but I don't think they're that bad a team. And Monk, the manager, he's not stupid. I'm going to go for Sheffield Wednesday 2, QPR 1.
Ooh, Tony. Wow. Well, that is exciting. That one comes in. That'd be great. And then we're finishing off here with Blackburn against Cardiff. It feels like when I see teams like this, like certainly Blackburn, they're due their day back in the Premier League at some point, surely.
Yes, it would be good if Blackburn went up. But there's probably about a dozen teams in the Championship that we could say they should be back to the Premiership, or they're a team that deserves to be in the Premiership. But what I like about Blackburn at the moment is they are scoring plenty of goals. Yeah. So I'm going to go 2-1. Tony is going 3-1 Blackburn.
Hey, I like that, Tony. Really interesting because Bournemouth got a good result against Blackburn, but then Blackburn went and beat Derby 4-0. So this shows you this division. I think we're going to have some goals in some games, some really big goal-giving games.
Again, even though it's not looking good for Derby at the moment, it's such a long old season. Yeah, it will be completely different come the end of the season. So, I think a couple of teams that haven't started off too well, they can still be up there come the end of the season. So you can't write off all the teams at the moment. It's very early days.
It is very early days. And I think, the transfer market has yet to really sort of open up. That loan market, I think, after, next week, we'll see more players arriving on loan, I think, from Premier League clubs. I think that can really shake up the balance of things. Speaking of a shaking up of the balance of things, Tony, your golden goal prediction. Now, you went 6, you went 7. Which way are you going to go this week?
I'm going 9 this week.
9! 9. That's got to be a lucky number for you, isn't it, Tony, sometimes?
Yeah, 9 as well.
Yeah. And we'll submit our entry and we're away. That's fantastic. Tony, will you be watching the Bournemouth game on Friday night, do you think?
Hillary, will I be watching the Bournemouth game on Friday night? She said, "You asking me? Of course you can watch it."
Yes, that's great news. And if you want to watch it, then please remember, there's been a bit of confusion coming out in different press releases from the Football Club. If you want to watch it, but you're not a season ticket holder, then you will have to either watch it on Sky or get a Now TV pass. If you are a season ticket holder, then you should get a redeemable code from the club, which you can put in on the website. But remember, you can't watch it on AFCB TV unless you are a season ticket holder. Fantastic. Well, Tony, that was wonderful. I'm sorry, I need to sort out my lighting problems. I will sort them out.
I was going to say, have a great week, and I hope you can get the electrician round to sort out your lights.
Yeah, I think I will. Right, and we'll leave it on that note. Thank you, Tony Funnell.
Okay, cheers. See you next week.
Brilliant. And thank you all of you. Adios.